Why do you ever need to follow the rules in cooking? That you don't need to. There are so many boundaries that you can break. And I'm going to show you a simple way that's going to blow your mind how to break the boundaries. You're going to make the most amazing prawn cocktail. Ha! I'm going to take you behind the scenes of how you're going to make the most amazing prawn cocktail reinvented. And we call it here at our restaurant Manja, Tawa Prawn Terrine. Come on over. So these are all the ingredients that you're going to look at. And just imagine, for a great prawn cocktail, what's important, what is really important, the traditional prawn cocktail is that Marie Rose sauce. That Marie Rose sauce that you put in and you mix and you eat sweet, sour, spice, a bit of spice, you get all that savoriness. But over the years, don't you think when you've gone to restaurants, it's gotten a bit sad? And now what we want to do is we want to re-innovate that and bring it back to life and bring happiness to the world. So what we're going to do is we're going to twist it so much that you're going to want to just die eating it. And that's what's important. When you eat food, it's that nostalgic memory that sticks in your brain. So let me show you a couple of the ingredients that we're going to use for this dish. So right here we got Tawa prawns, some of the best prawns in Malaysia from Sabah. We got tomato confit that's going to go in. We got lobster butter, which has been extracted from the shells of lobsters, with a miraquois and its butter. We got a little bit of spring onion, finely diced. We got garlic dust. We got this Tibetan sauce, our version of the Marie Rose sauce. We have this beautiful lime Malaysian honey coconut dressing. We have caviar. This is not real caviar. We make this from balsamic vinegar. A couple of flowers because we think we're fancy, and some avocado. So I'm going to show you up here how to do this. We got not much time to do this. I want you to look carefully and see each step by step. So okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the prawns and we're going to dice the prawns. So here we're just going to use 4 prawns. We don't want it to be saturate the dish. So we're just going to dice this into 3 pieces, each prawn into 3 pieces. These prawns have already been boiled, so there's no reason that you want them to cool down, because if they don't cool down, the sauce is going to split, and you don't want the sauce to split. That's something really important that you don't want to happen. So you're going to put these prawns into the bowl like this, and then here is all where the magic happens, right? And what you want is that real magic, and the magic goes in the sauce. This sauce is so saucy and so nice. So this is what I call my Tibetan pepper aioli. So we're going to put this Tibetan pepper aioli. We're going to start to build this, and this is what's going to add all that flavor. So we got some Tibetan pepper aioli inside here. We got a bit of a lobster butter. This butter is going to help bind everything together. And remember, prawns need salt. Salt is so important. Everybody, and it's the most underrated ingredient ever. Salt, salt, salt. Just get that in your mind. Salt, salt, salt. It's really important. So we're going to put a little bit of salt inside, which is really important. We're using Himalayan pink salt. Good for your body, good for your mind, helps. Remember, don't waste money on lousy salt. Salt is so important. So now we're going to put a tiny bit of black pepper. Some of the best pepper in the world is the Sarawak black pepper. So now what we're going to do, we've got this mixture going in. We want to lightly, and you know what, I like a little bit of sauce. So I'm just going to add a little bit more to make sure it's coated well. And this is going to form the base of our prawn cocktail. And here at the restaurant, we call this Tawa Prawn Terrine. And I tell you, when you see it plated, when you have all that garnishes on, food that looks fancy but doesn't taste good, I have a problem with that. I'm sure you go to a restaurant, all this, fancy slicing and all, but it doesn't taste good. We got to make food taste good. Okay, so back here. Enough of me talking, let's go in a little bit of action. I'm going to cut the avocado, and I'm going to slice this avocado. Be very, very careful. And what you want to do, you want to roll your thing in, and you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And then you want to sort of ensure that the avocado is cut nicely. And what you're going to do is we're going to use a ring mold so we get all the shape there. And what we're going to do is we're going to layer this avocado right here and that's really important how we layer it, because this is going to be the base of the dish. And what happens when you cut into it, you're going to be able to see those beautiful layers, and that's really important. Okay? And remember, what is going to help the avocado move along? What's going to help the avocado bring all that flavor, bring all that, get all the natural flavors out of it, is none and only going to be salt. Salt is going to help. So we're going to do 2 layers. We're going to do a bit of salt, and we are going to garnish with this amazing coconut, tamarind, honey, garlic, black pepper dressing. So a little bit of the dressing goes in. This is going to season the avocado. They're going to become friends. They're going to get in there. And you know, and this, you know how we found out about this? This was actually a mistake one day. It was actually during a staff meal. I was on this diet. Yes, I have lost about 5 kilos, if those of you have seen from before. And I decided to put avocado and this dressing in it, because avocado on its own was a little bit too little for me. And I told myself, and I put it together, and it was like, wow, it punched me with a lot of flavor. And I said, oh my God, we must put it in the menu. So these are ways when you experiment with food, when you don't have any boundaries, that is when you're going to make sure you get the best out of it. So right, come down here, let's do this. So what we're going to do, we have mixed that together. We are going to put this in together, and we're starting to build this layering. Think of this as like cake making, you know. You want to make sure that all the prawns go in. And when you poach the prawns, right, you don't want to cook it for too long. It's only going to be a couple of minutes, you know, less than 4 or 5 minutes. And the most important thing is to pat this down nicely to form that shape. Usually at the restaurant or at home, you can chill this in the fridge, and when you chill it for say about half an hour, what happens is it sets nicely. And this is an appetizer that you can do pre-dinner. So you know, when you cater for friends and you want to do stuff like that, you want to have these beautiful dishes, but you don't want to sit in the kitchen cooking and stuff like that. You want to make sure that you can actually entertain your guests and be with them. So a good way to do that, the most amazing way to do that, is to do it ahead of time. Pick dishes that look good, that you can do it ahead of time. So I've wiped the plate now. Now we're going to start to build the garnishes on this plate, right? I've wiped the plate. You always got to wipe your plate. You're pushing things down. Now we're going to start building this, all right? Oh, I forgot. We got to do a little bit of toast bread. I completely forgot. So now what we're going to do, I've got a pan on here. We're going to put a little bit of oil, and this is regular oil, and we're going to lightly toast the bread. We got this beautiful focaccia bread that we're going to toast, and this is just a light toasting, because we're going to dip the prawn cocktail, put it on, and have the most amazing experience ever. So come on here. While the bread is toasting, we're going to start to build this. And you know, food like this is all about also having fun. Look at the layering. Look at that layering. Look at that layering, guys. Look at that layering. So now we're going to start to build it. And how we're going to build it is those amazing ingredients that I've once showed you. So we're going to put it like this, in a line like that, and we're going to start. So first ingredient is going to be this beautiful tomato confit, which is olive oil, garlic, basil, and a little bit of thyme. So we're making a small line like that. That's the first step to this amazing thing. The second thing, we're going to add the chives. The chopped chives, we're going to do another line like that. That's really, really important. We're going to add another layering of flavor, as you can see. That's really, really important to build this dish, because you want that herbaceous feel. And then what we're going to do, I remember I told you about this beautiful garlic dust, which is minced garlic that you fry, and then you let it get golden brown, you know, like golden nuggets we're going to do. And just a little bit on the top there, a little bit on the top, which is going to be beautiful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go with some ibiko. This is like adult popping candy. Popping, pop, 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 pop. It pops in your mouth. And we want to let this pop. This is going to be a little bit of ibiko on the top. And this ibiko, oops, some fell there. No problem. We make it look natural. A little bit of ibiko there. And then what we're going to do, we're going to add this balsamic pearl caviar, which is going to be lightly put on top, like that. So it's going to give all these beautiful textures. Can you imagine the amount of texture that's going on here? Can you imagine the amount of flavor that is happening here? All the things that are happening. It's just going to explode in your mouth. So you're going to get the creaminess from the prawns. You're going to get the Tibetan Aioli, which is a mayo-based recipe, gherkins, pepper, chili sauce. Can you imagine all that going in? And then the avocado on the bottom, and the dressing on the bottom. Then you got the ibiko, then you got the caviar, then you got the tomato confit. My God, what's going to happen? I don't know. You got to try this for yourself. So the base has already been done. This is the base of the recipe. To finish it, we're going to use a little bit of pink salt on the top, just a tiny bit. And then we're going to garnish with fresh flowers. Just, if you don't have fresh flowers, it doesn't matter. But we just want to garnish a little bit because we just think it looks nice. And presentation, you eat with your eyes, which is really important. And we just want to have a light garnish like that to enjoy that moment. And what I'm going to do to finish it off, I'm just going to take a little bit of this oil and I'm just going to treat it like that. Just to sort of dress everything and bring everything together. And with that, remember, we're toasting the bread. What we want to do is put together, and we want to serve it with this rosemary Italian focaccia bread, which has been toasting nicely, as you can see, like that lovely bread that is crispy and toasty. And I know some of you watching out there, probably you haven't had your meal and you're hungry. I'm sorry, I do apologize. You will be hungry after this. I hope you get to try out some of the recipes. I'm hungry too as well, all the time. So I want to show you this dish. This is the finale of this dish. This is our Tawa prawn terrine. It is a reimagined version of the prawn cocktail. Beautiful, crunchy, cold. It's a cold appetizer that you want to eat. And the way to eat this dish, the way to enjoy this dish is very simple. You want to basically cut the bread. You want to put a little bit this on the bread, and you want to eat it, and you want to enjoy, and you want to savor that beautiful flavor. So anyway, this is the Tawa prawn terrine. Who says the prawn cocktail needs to be boring? The prawn cocktail can absolutely blow your mind, and this is my version at the Food Revolution. Join me how we're gonna blow cultural boundaries of food at the Food Revolution. Come and try the dish when you're free, or make it at home and leave your comments in the link.